Another week, another trading cycles video. It's week 19, 2024. My name is Urmas and I'm here to give you an overview of what has happened last week and what the markets might do this week. Today is Monday, 6th of May. And before I dive in, you are free to smash that like button as well if you enjoy that content. And obviously please subscribe as well to this channel so that you don't miss any future episodes. I also need to remind you that this content is provided purely for educational purposes and you need to do your own due diligence before you make any decisions, and always trade the price and not the prediction. Now let's look what the market did see last week, and obviously we did witness some correction now to the upside. Yeah, so this little pullback was quite short-lived. Now obviously the earnings season is continuing. We did see quite a bit of interesting results there as well, and also some job data which was a bit softer, and obviously, as it seems, bad news is sometimes a good news. Yeah, so market did like that sentiment, obviously, that hopefully Fed will start cutting rates at some point soon. But yeah, that was shortly the overview of the week. We did see Fed's decision there. They did still obviously communicate that they are keeping those rates a bit higher for longer, as they used to say. And yeah, they're waiting more data obviously to confirm. But the market is now expecting again a bit more cut rates than just one, as it was about a week ago. Yeah. Now inflation has been obviously going up a bit now in latest months, but it's not too bad just yet. So we shall wait and see what the economy is going to do. And obviously Fed did decide not to shred that many dollars there, and obviously that also encouraged markets to turn around. What else? Well, yeah, now we are expecting obviously at around 1 to 2 cut rates by the end of the year. Yeah, so that's obviously in alignment with what I've been looking at as well. Now let's see. Yeah, the job data did come in a bit softer, as said. So the unemployment rate is standing at 3.9 at the moment, and also non-farm payroll was a bit weaker than expected. So yeah, it's all good as it seems. So Apple did announce their earnings, and they did report a 4% decline in revenue with 1% growth in earnings per share on Thursday last week. Both did surpass expectations, although iPhone sales have now been declining for about 10%, 10.5% even, yeah. And the company did announce a massive 110 billion share buyback, which is about 4% of its current market cap. And yeah, that was a massive announcement, and market did like that. So there's going to be less shares on the market, and obviously that's going to create some deficit there as well. Yeah, so we do expect that Apple shares will go up. So as it seems, Tim Cook is not so good at innovation there, but he is definitely a good engineer for financials, and has been doing so for quite some time, keeping the company on track. But I do want to see more innovation there as well, because yeah, there's not much going on at the moment. All the profits are good, yeah, so he's doing a great job in that side. But if you look at what has been growing in Apple, then not really much that is relevant to the business. So basically stock price has been rising, and also services. Well, that's a good sign. But everything else, like the hardware, yeah, all declining, and Mac has been the worst. so far. So yeah, this is not really a sustainable business model. It's if they're not going to come up with any good new innovation or innovative products, then I guess it is going to suffer at some point. As it tends to happen with those top 10 largest companies that will reach that status, they tend to lag behind in the next coming years. So as we can see from here, they do drive the rising markets, but then they will fade. Well, what else we did see? We did see Buffett's obviously a annual shareholder meeting there at Berkshire Hathaway. They did well. There were a couple of things, but they did sell Paramount's stake there, which they lost quite a bit of money, according to Buffett. So, well, that seems to be a good step then. Not want to keep there any losers in their portfolio, but they also did sell roughly 20 billion worth of Apple shares in the first quarter, which is roughly 13% of its Apple position there. Apple remains their largest position still, but still it's quite a big drop. And Buffett did obviously indicate that it's not that much of a company's issue, but they wanted to take some profits and pay less taxes, as they anticipate that the government will start raising taxes at some point. But I guess they can't say directly that they don't believe that much in the future of Apple anymore. So we shall see what the next steps are going to be, if any. And if you look at Berkshire Hathaway's performance over the years here, over the past 20 years, then it has been quite the same as S&P 500 has been. Yeah, so not much difference there at all. And if you be honest here, then obviously they've been underperforming rather than yeah, obviously the number is not looking that good as S&P does. Yeah, so well, it's everyone's decision there, but yeah, as they tend to do better in weaker markets and not so good in strong markets, then yeah, that's why probably it evens out by the end. All right, what else? Starbucks did see quite a big drop there as well. It's not really looking good for Starbucks at the moment. The new CEO has been in place now for about a year, I think, and obviously they are struggling in China, and they are struggling with what else they're struggling. Obviously, yeah, the prices are not rising as fast as other fast food companies do raise their prices, and they do have some disputes there with unions as well. So obviously the pressure to raise salaries is there as well. So it's not looking good for the company at the moment. And the previous CEO, Howard Schultz, has said that they need to improve their operations following a recent earnings miss. And he did highlight that customer experience is as crucial as any for any business to recover from this hole there. Now, in regards to prices, for the past 10 years, McDonald's has doubled their prices in US, and Starbucks has only raised about 39%, alongside with Subway. So they all been overperforming in that sense, because the actual inflation has been around 31%. Yeah. So, but obviously McDonald's, who has raised or doubled their prices in that 10 years time, did struggle as well. They did struggle with results this quarter. Obviously, the US sales rose, but the boycotts in Middle Eastern and Muslim majority markets do impact their results, and EPS was a miss this time. And also, yes, as mentioned, salaries have gone up quite a bit in that sector as well in the past 10 years. Okay, so what else has been in the news? Tesla did announce last week that they are dismissing about 500 employees from its charger team. Interesting move, but don't know who's gonna maintain those chargers then. Maybe they are outsourcing that, not sure really. PayPal did raise their 2024 profit forecasts, which is good. Amazon did very well on their last quarter results, same Coca-Cola. 3M reported 21% increase in quarterly profits, so they did do quite good as well. Novo Nordisk did surpass their Q1 profit expectations as well, so these are all good companies. Although Novo Nordisk is now a bit threatened by Amgen, who is obviously indicating that they have positive remarks on its obesity drug Maritide. What else we did see? So AMD did lose a bit. They didn't perform as good, but Carvana did perform very well in the first quarter, and shares did go up around 30% after hours. So yeah, that's interesting. Sectors wise, we did see some movements there, but about that in a moment. If you look at the Russell 1000 and Russell 2000 comparison there, then it's tilting a bit to the small cap side now, but it's still going to the growth side as well. Yeah, so that's good. Now, if you look at the last week's forecast, what did actually come out of that, it was inverted again, as I did suspect. The turning points did turn out quite a bit in the correct side, but yeah, the direction was incorrect. Now, 50-day moving average is obviously reaching that mid sector again, and 200-day moving average for S&P 500 is back to 70s again. And VIX did pull back as well, so not much volatility did come into the markets, no fear. But technically we were still in the negative side. So we want to see a bit more strength, which we probably will see today on the markets. So we'll see how it's going to play out, but the resistance is still at the recent tops there. So that's important to keep an eye on. If you look at the weekly charts, then yeah, it's been a bit slower, but there were a couple of good buying opportunities as well, according to our indications here. Yeah, and if you look at Russell 2000, then what do we see? We did see one green bar appearing there, so this is also a good sign that small caps are getting a bit stronger, although this resistance is still on the way there. So we'll see if it's going to break out or not. Now, sector-wise, utilities, consumer cyclical, real estate, and technology were the best ones. But it looks like some of the sectors are overperforming S&P, like energy, industrials, consumer, defensive, and utilities. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. Now, heat map was quite mixed last week, so not much has been finding a direction there, although end of the week was quite positive. Yeah? And some winners and losers. Well, Starbucks, as mentioned, is in the bottom here. QRVO as well, CVS. What else we did see? Etsy, for example, GPN, and so on. But from winners' side, yeah, there were a couple of companies like mRNA, Amgen, as mentioned, Garmin, then Tesla, yeah, Paramount. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, Boeing did quite well as well for the past week at least, although they have some more whistleblowers coming out. Obviously 2 are now gone, but 10 more are coming, so I guess it's not not a good fight for them at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see what the outcome is going to be. Insider trading, yeah, we have seen a bit buying pressure there and also more selling pressure. Yeah, so insiders are getting active again, which is a good sign, maybe. Fear and greed index is still in the fear zone. It has been there since April 15th, I believe. Yeah? But if we look at previous close, yeah, so there's a bit more fear at the moment on the market. Yeah, a year ago it was in neutral zone, so this year is a bit more fearful. If you look at the crypto market, it's still in the greed zone. Yeah, so it's been doing quite well. Seasonally now, yeah, we were in that little pullback here. And now we should see next coming months to be quite positive months, yeah, seasonally at least. And that's also confirmed by our, so to say, statistical model here, yeah. So out of 12 last years, 12 have been positive for the next period to come. So that is quite interesting market where we are at. If you look at the astro calendar, then we do see some aspects here. Tomorrow is Sun sextile Saturn, and on Wednesday we do have a new moon coming out, which is quite positive as well. So we do expect that this week should be quite positive from that side. And if you look at our black box model, then that is also getting more positive the closer we get to the June. Yes, so there is some hope. What to expect from the week now that we are entering? There are some interesting earnings coming up. Yeah, so let me see what we got there. Walt Disney is coming out on Tuesday, tomorrow, and then Warner Brothers as well. On Thursday, Palantir is reporting, or has been reporting now, yeah, so we'll look at the charts in a moment, but it seemed quite positive to me according to the transits, and obviously it's a good company as well, so they do have quite good edge there in their segment, and they don't tend to have any good competition coming in just yet, so something to keep an eye on. And Uber, Airbnb are announcing, and also Toyota and Honda are coming out from the automotive industry. And also there is Apple Let Loose event tomorrow on Tuesday, which might be something to do with the iPads, or well, we don't know what they are going to let loose, but hopefully it's not the hell that's going to get loose. But obviously I think it's something to do with their services and opening it up for more third parties. We'll see tomorrow then what it means. So next week's prediction is here as well. So we'll see if this time it's going to be correct. I did work around it a bit and then see if it's going to play out as expected now. But yeah, this is the prediction for the week ahead. Now let's look at the charts here. So as we are seeing, yes, S&P is doing quite well today. So it's been turning green. If you look at the where are we now? If you look at the turning points, yeah, today has been one turning point, and next one is coming up on next Monday, on the 13th. So, but we do have that resistance ahead here. So, if we break that top at 5264, then we should see more upside. But at the moment, it's on its way. So, I guess it might be quite strong resistance at the moment. And if you look at US oil, and then that has been now on decline. There is one bullish period coming up, but the next turning point is on the 9th, which is Thursday this week. Gold has been going sideways now, and next turning point is today, and we'll see if it's going to turn to the upside now. There are some resistance levels as well, obviously ahead, something to keep an eye on. And what else we got here? Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been, well, it was quite strong on Friday when was the last turning point, and the next turning point is coming up on Saturday the 11th. At the moment it's going sideways, yeah, so we'll see if it's going to stay that way. There is also resistance ahead. And SOX Semiconductors has been now recovering today as well, so we'll see how it's gonna play out here. But if we get another green bar there tomorrow, then that seems quite positive sign for that sector as well. All right, what else we got here? Let's look at the chunk bonds as well. Yeah, this is also turning all green, so I do suspect it's gonna head a bit higher here during the week as well. Okay, now if you look at major companies, then Apple obviously did bounce on that earnings, and today it's been a bit mixed here. If you look at Amazon is doing very strong, yeah, so that's all good as expected, and also Google is quite strong now. Microsoft has been struggling, but I do see some strength building up here, so obviously it's in that channel now, so you need to be careful. Technically it's very weak at the moment. Nvidia did see a buy signal coming in, so this is all good signs. Meta is also recovering, but not strong enough. There is resistance at this 20 moving average, and if it's gonna close above it, then yes, we might expect prices to go higher, but at the moment I suspect it's gonna be a resistance zone there. Netflix did break out of that triangle here and did wiggle around, but did break up to the upside, yeah, finally. There was quite good support and obviously beneath it. And Tesla is quite strong still, despite everything. Yeah, it's doing all well. And PayPal, it did bounce out of that zone here, a resistance zone, but it did close below it still on the earnings day, and since then it's been declining. So yeah, it's not a good sign. It's rather a fake out than a breakout here at this point, as I have been indicating. So yeah, PayPal is not there yet. They still need to do some work. And Lululemon is also still negative, so no signs of recovering just yet. What else we got here? Couple of maybe, yeah, let's look at the Starbucks chart as well. Yeah, how bad it is. Yeah, it's quite bad. So the levels are very low, but there is no good sign at the moment that it's going to improve. So let's keep away from that. And MACDs, let's see what they are doing. So they are also a bit weak here for the time being. Yes, all still negative. A couple of ideas as well. So CEG as energy sector is doing quite well at the moment, so this is something to keep an eye on. Possibly if it's gonna break that resistance level here in the next coming days, then yeah, we should see more upside. So somewhere around 199 200 level, yeah, we do expect a breakout. Technically it's all positive. And also MSEX, which is a utilities company, it has been now turning around, yeah, so it was in quite heavy decline, but now we are seeing some strength building here. We might want to see a slight pullback to enter this market, but obviously yes, it's looking good at the moment. All right, so that's about it for the week. Let's see how it's going to play out. We did see a S&P signal as well on Friday, finally, and it does indicate to the upside again. Yeah, so this is also one sign that we need to keep an eye on. Well, I'll thank you for your time, that you spent with me here on this video. If you did enjoy this episode, then please click that like button and also share this video with others, or post a comment there. That's always helpful as well, so others will know as well what this video is all about, what others think about it. And subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much and happy trading.